Hello, welcome back. Welcome back. It's good to have you here. Today I wanted to touch on how narcissists treat their children. I don't know what his definition of love is. I really don't. And to be honest with you, I don't presume to want to even understand. But the way he ended up, or the way he was treating his own kids at this point, was very questionable to me. There was a moment that had happened with my youngest where I think he must have been 2, maybe, and he didn't have the the hand-eye coordination, I guess you would call it, to put his socks on properly at this age, or at that age. And all I remember is I was in the bathroom getting ready for work, and my son was trying to get his socks on, and my ex was trying to get him to get his socks on, but my son was having problems getting his feet in the socks. The yelling that he was doing to my son to get his socks on forced me to have to come out of the bathroom and promptly pick up my child and take my child away from him so that I could get my son's socks on. That's one example. Another example is when I started this new job that I started in 2017. Now we're going to jump back to 2018. Like I said in my last video, I was getting up at I was leaving the house at 6:30 in the morning, 6:15 in the morning to go to work. So it was my responsibility to pick up the children from school, and it was his responsibility to get the kids to school. Getting the kids to school would also include making sure that they had their lunch, making sure that they had something to eat. Although there were some mornings that I would make sure that they had their lunch and I would pack it and leave it on the counter. One day I picked up my kids from school, and my second daughter now at this age, how old is she? She is 8 years old, okay? 8 years old. And my son, my last son at this age would have been 4 or 5, something like this, 5, I think, 5. One day I'm picking up my daughter from school. My daughter goes to me, "Mommy, do you know that in the mornings, I will get up and I will go and wake Daddy up. And when I go to wake him up, he tells me to go into the kitchen and to boil eggs and make breakfast and pack my snacks and figure out lunch." I said, "What?" She goes, "Yeah. And I don't know sometimes what to make. And if I go back into the room to tell him, I don't know what to do, he yells at me and gets angry with me." The same way, remembering that right now is making me speechless, is how I felt when my child was explaining this to me. I didn't even know what to say because I was like, who does this? What grown person expects an 8-year-old child to get up and get her own lunch, get her own breakfast, provide snacks, and not only do it for herself, but also do it for her little brother? Remember, at this point, I've already been praying and asking God to remove him out of my life. Okay? Asking God to actively remove him. Because I know that if I go to him and I say to him, "Why are you doing this?" it's going to turn into an argument. And in his mind, this behavior is going to be completely justifiable, even though I know this is absolutely effing insane. that this expectation is being put on my little baby girl. So I don't think I ended up saying anything to him about that at that point. But there was other things that she would come and tell me. And then she came to me shortly after and said to me, "Do you know that this morning Daddy asked me if I thought he was a monster?" You're asking a child this? You're asking a child whether or not you are an evil person when you know you're an evil person? That's when I started to realize, oh, so he knows. He knows he's a piece of shit. Because why are you asking a child this question? Listen, ladies, don't let no man put his hands on you, because God did not put you here to be beat on.